92 million jobs. That's how many the World Economic Forum says automation displaces by 2030. And 5 real, already deployed robots are doing the replacing right now. Today I'm ranking them and showing you exactly which jobs each one is coming for. The global humanoid robotics market hit $6.24 billion in 2026. Goldman Sachs projects $38 billion by 2035. $7.2 billion in venture capital flooded this space in 2025 alone. Through Q1 2026, paying customers have already logged 2.5 million cumulative deployment hours on real factory floors. This is not a prototype cycle. This is a deployment cycle. The 5 robots in this countdown are ranked on one thing: real commercial hours, real contracts, real jobs displaced, not demo videos. Let's start at the bottom. Number 5. Unitree G1. The Unitree G1 earns this spot on one number, $16,000. That is the starting price of a credible, walking, commercially shipping bipedal humanoid in 2026. Built in Hangzhou, China by Unitree Robotics, founded in 2016 by Wang Xingxing. In 2023, the cheapest walking humanoid cost $90,000. The G1 cut that by 82% in 18 months. 3,000 to 5,000 units shipped in 2025 alone. More G1 units are running in the field right now than any other robot on this list. Specs: 127 centimeters, 35 kilograms, 7.2 kilometers per hour, up to 43 degrees of freedom, 2-hour battery, and an open hardware architecture. Researchers bring their own AI models too. The targets: the 2.15 million stockers and order fillers in America at $15.85 an hour, and the 700,000 packers and packagers at $15.20. At a $6.40 effective hourly cost, the break-even against a loaded warehouse worker hits in under 3 years. The G1 is not coming for high-wage auto workers yet. It's already at the floor of the labor market. Number 4. Agility Robotics Digit, the one with a real check. In June 2024, GXO Logistics signed the first-ever formal humanoid robotics-as-a-service (RaaS) contract in U.S. history. Digit, built by Agility Robotics, led by CEO Peggy Johnson, formerly of Microsoft, deployed at the Spanx Atlanta distribution facility and additional GXO sites. Amazon's Industrial Innovation Fund is an investor, and Amazon is actively piloting Digit in its own fulfillment centers. The robot uses reverse knee bird leg geometry, 2-finger grippers, and a hot swap torso battery pack that stretches duty cycles to 16 hours. It is manufactured at RoboFab in Salem, Oregon, with a 10,000 unit per year capacity. The targets: the 3 million material movers in America at $17.90 an hour, the 605,000 forklift operators at $20.90, and the 2.15 million stockers. At Digit's $30 per hour RaaS rate, the hourly math is near break-even against a fully loaded warehouse worker. But U.S. warehouse turnover runs 37% annually. Digit has 0. On a multi-year cost of ownership basis, it wins decisively. That is not a projection. That is what is happening at paying customer facilities right now. Number 3. Boston Dynamics Atlas, the robot that made the world believe this was physically possible. Boston Dynamics Atlas, the fully electric generation launched in April 2024, owned roughly 80% by Hyundai Motor Group. It weighs around 89 kilograms, features up to 50 degrees of freedom, reaches speeds of 9 kilometers per hour, and boasts 360-degree joint rotation, meaning Atlas can occupy physical positions human anatomy simply cannot achieve. Battery life runs about 1 hour under industrial load. Atlas is not for sale. It runs a restricted partner pilot program only. Its lead customer is Hyundai's own factory operations, including Metaplant America in Georgia. Fewer than 200 units exist in total. The targets: the 970,000 automotive and EV production workers fully loaded at $42 to $58 an hour at plants like BMW or Hyundai. Atlas is built for confined space body shop work, panel insertion, welding prep, and underbody access. These are tasks that generate chronic repetitive stress injuries and have the worst turnover in manufacturing. Atlas's non-human joint geometry lets it access those positions better than the humans currently doing them. The hardware ceiling here is the highest on this list. What keeps Atlas at number 3 is scale. No mass production facility has been announced. If this countdown is making you rethink where the workforce is headed, and it should, make sure you're subscribed. We track every robot, every deployment, every real contract in this space. A 2027 version of this ranking is going to look very different. Number 2. Tesla Optimus Gen 3, the most commercially ambitious robot program on the planet. At the 2025 Tesla annual shareholder meeting, 12 Gen 3 units performed live on stage doing kung fu, playing piano, executing raw egg transfers, and serving beverages to real humans in the front row. It generated 300 million cross-platform views in 72 hours, driving Tesla stock up 9.4% in 8 sessions, adding $130 billion in market cap. Elon Musk stated, "This is the biggest product of all time. Nothing comes close." Specs: 57 kilograms, 13 kilometers per hour, 12 to 14 hours of battery life, 22 degrees of freedom per hand, with 50 total tendon-driven actuators per arm. Position accuracy stands at 0.05 degrees, with a response latency of 3 milliseconds, faster than the human spinal reflex. The brain runs Cortex 2.0 for real-time motor control and xAI's Grok as the strategic reasoning layer. Every operating hour worldwide feeds the global training flywheel. Between 1,200 and 2,500 units were running at Giga Texas and Giga Nevada at the end of 2025. The Fremont factory is converting to Optimus assembly, targeting 1 million units per year. The Terafab at Giga Texas is permitted for 10 million units annually, 20 times the entire current global industrial robot industry's output. The math. A fully loaded 3-shift manufacturing position costs Tesla roughly $210,000 per year. One Optimus at $20,000 capex plus $2,500 in annual operating costs delivers a 1 to 9.3 cost ratio against that position. Payback hits in under 5 months. Deutsche Bank projects $2.1 billion in annual labor savings at Tesla alone by 2030 if Optimus covers 20% of their workforce, before a single external sale. Optimus is number 2 for one reason. As of Q1 2026, every known deployment is internal. External commercial pilots have not meaningfully launched. The technology leads, but the proof of deployment in third-party facilities has not yet scaled. Number 1. Figure-03. The robot that didn't just perform for investors, it performed for BMW. Figure-03 is built by Sunnyvale, California-based Figure, founded in 2022 by CEO Brett Adcock. The company has raised $1.5 billion from Microsoft, NVIDIA, Jeff Bezos, and Intel Capital, reaching a valuation of $39.5 billion in late 2025. In February 2024, Figure terminated their OpenAI partnership to build their own vision language action model in-house, resulting in Helix-02. In late 2025, a single Figure-03 ran a continuous, 4-minute, 61-decision dishwasher sequence with 0 resets and 0 teleoperation. It opened the washer, identified every dish, picked items without breaking them, positioned them based on what was already in the cabinet, and closed the drawer with a hip kick. The AI calculated it as the most efficient motion available. This marked the longest fully autonomous loco manipulation demo any humanoid has ever publicly shown. Specs: 168 centimeters, 70 kilograms, 16 degrees of freedom per hand, and a 5-hour battery. It is manufactured at BotQ in Sunnyvale, targeting 12,000 units in Phase 1. The marquee customer is BMW Spartanburg, the largest automotive exporter in the United States. Figure robots are performing sheet metal insertion at body shop stations, logging hundreds of hours of accumulated autonomous runtime as of early 2026. The targets: at BMW's loaded labor rate of $42 to $58 per hour, Figure-03 on a RAS lease at an estimated $15 per hour is already cheaper. Right now, it targets the 1.65 million assemblers and fabricators in America at $19.20 an hour, the 970,000 automotive production workers, and the 540,000 inspectors and testers. Figure is already inside their workplace and already cheaper. That is why it is number 1. The big picture. Zooming out, Goldman Sachs projects humanoid robots could match the output of 250 million human workers globally by 2035. The World Economic Forum estimates 92 million jobs displaced by 2030, but also 170 million new roles created, leaving a net positive of 78 million. McKinsey puts 30% to 40% of routine physical occupations at meaningful exposure by 2035. However, MIT Nobel laureate Daron Acemoglu warns the harm is concentrated in workers doing physical routine work without college degrees, in regions lacking retraining infrastructure. The new roles are real, but they don't always appear in the same zip code as the ones that disappeared. To be upfront, Rodney Brooks, MIT emeritus, and founder of iRobot and Rethink Robotics, predicted fewer than 5,000 humanoid robots would be doing economically valuable work outside research labs by the end of 2026. Based on Q1 estimates, that prediction is still within range. Atlas runs for 1 hour on a battery, while the G1 runs for 2. Most platforms cost $80,000 to $250,000 to actually produce, making the ROI math slow at current production scales. Gary Marcus and Jan LeCun both argued that vision language action models hallucinate actions the same way large language models hallucinate words. The disruption is real, but the timeline is measured in years, not months. The plants already have contracts. The robots are already inside the doors. The question is whether the workers displaced have a path to the opportunities that appear on the other side. Summary of the top 5. Number 5. Unitree G1, $16,000 price point, putting more units in the field than anyone else here. Number 4. Agility Digit, the only robot on this list with a formal, signed enterprise robotics-as-a-service contract in the United States. Number 3. Boston Dynamics Atlas, the highest hardware ceiling here, currently capped by production scale. Number 2. Tesla Optimus Gen 3, the most ambitious program in history, with its manufacturing flywheel already spinning. Number 1. Figure-03, logging continuous autonomous runs at a BMW plant, operating at a cost already lower than the human labor it replaces. Which of these 5 concerns you the most? And which one do you think climbs fastest by 2027? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone, and I reply to the best takes. If this video gave you something to think about, hit like, share it with someone whose job is on this list, and make sure you're subscribed. We will see you in the next one.